Hello everyone, I am Chandra, Chaitanya's Python support. So we are on week test 04 mini project. So we in week test 04 we have the mini project. So this is what the requirement document we have. So we'll just go through this particular document and we'll understand so what is the requirement exactly so that it will be helpful for us to write a logic for all the questionnaires. Okay, so now we'll start with this. So you are given a Python program that reads the data from CSV file, so named with sales data analysis.csv. So this is the input file we are giving it. This particular input file is comma separated value, and this file has some of the columns is called the invoice number, stock code, description, quantity, invoice date, and the unit price, column ID, and the country. So these are all the columns this particular input file is contains. So now we'll just go through this each and every column of this file. The first column is the invoice number. So this particular column represents the invoice number of the buyers for a bill. Okay, and the next column is the stock code. So this particular column represents the the stock of products belongs to from which stock it is. And third one is a description. So this field is called the product name, the description field. It is simply represents the product name in our data set. And the next one is the quantity column. So this column represents the how many products the user has purchased. So for an invoice, so how many products are purchased, that will represent this column. So the next one is the invoice date. This invoice date represents on which date the invoice has been processed with some timestamp. And the next one is the unit price. So for each product, so what is the price, so that it will this particular column is going to be defined. Okay, so the next one is the customer ID. The invoice has been generated on which customer, so that represents this column. The unique ID column will represents the specific customer. And the country column is represents he or she, like the user has to belongs from which country, so that it will represents. So now here is the read CSV files, process the data and provides the various functions to analyze from the sales analysis information. Okay, so in that we'll just go through this each and every questionnaires. All these are the questions we have, total 11 questions we have. We'll just go through this each and every question. So the question one, so load the data and clean it by handling the missing values and checking for duplicates in critical column like the invoice and the customer ID. So the major columns are the invoice name and the customer ID. So along with this, as part of the data analysis, so we need to verify all the columns. We need to verify all the columns of the missing values or any duplicates are there. We need to drop all those things as if this is what it is, the question number one. And the next question is the calculate the basic statistics such as the total quantity sold, total revenue generated, average unit per average unit, and the number of unique customers. So as part of the basic statistics, so we need to find out all these informations. The total quantity sold out, and total revenue generated, and average price, mean the number of unique customers. So we need to find out as part of the question number 2. And the next one is the third question is the calculate the total revenue generated by each country and add a new column called the revenue and display France country revenue. So in order to uh, our our data set, so we need to find out the total revenue has been generated by each country, and the new column has to be added along with our existing column. The new column is called the revenue. So once it will be done, so we need to display the revenue of the France country. How much revenue has been generated from this particular country, we need to find it out. Next, the fourth question. Identify top 10 most products based on the quantity. So means we need to identify top 10 products so which has been sold. So based upon the quantity, we need to identify it. So list of 10 products. And the next one is find the total number of invoices and total revenue generated by each customer and display revenue of customer ID 12347. So from our data set, we need to find out the total revenue, how much revenue has been generated for each customer. So from after that, we need to display the total revenue of this particular customer, the specific customer. So that is 12347. So from this customer, how much revenue has been generated? We need to find it out in the fifth question, along with the total revenue. The sixth question is the extract the month from invoice date and calculate the total sales per month to visualize the trend and add a new column is called month and display the month sales of month 2012 12 2011 12. So we need to find out the total sales per month. This is what the first one. And the next one is, so along with that we need to add a new column is called a month. So in our existing column we need to add the month is a new column, and from this particular month how much has been generated. Okay, how much sales has been generated from this particular month, we need to identify it. Now the seventh question, the calculate the average number of items purchased per invoice for each customer. So here we need to find out in terms of the quantity, we need to find out the average number of items purchased per invoice. From there, from this particular customer, how much it has been purchased, the average it has been purchased, we need to identify for this particular customer ID 12583. So this is what the seventh question. And the eighth question is find total number of countries and identify top countries with the highest number of unique invoices. So we need to find out the total number of countries. This is the first one. And we need to identify the top countries. So with the highest number of unique invoices. Highest number of invoices generated country, we need to find it out. The top five countries. And the ninth question is analyze the distribution of prices using NumPy to generate to get the mean, median, and the standard deviation. So using the NumPy, we need to find it out all these three: the mean, median, and the standard deviation in question number 9. Next, the question number 10. Identify transactions. So where quantity is negative, we need to identify in terms of quantity. So where it has been negative values in the quantity column, and that can be assumed as the refunded, and calculate the total value of refunded products. So we need to calculate the total value of the refunded products. That this is what the 10th question. And the 11th question, the calculate total price of each product in a new column. Column name is called the total price, and extract data to a new file. So in the 11th question is, so we need to find out the total price, and that has to be added in the new column. The new column name is called a total price. Once it is done, we need to extract the data set. We need to extract the data set into a new file. The new file has to be generated as part of the 11th question. So this is what all the questionnaires we have, and this particular explanation is available in our YouTube channel. In this document, the link is already provided. If you stuck anywhere, you can just refer this directly. It will, if you click on this directly, it will navigate to our YouTube channel. Okay, so all the best all. Thank you.